All right, well, here is something you are not hearing anywhere else. Give Neil Cavuto the Nobel Prize. No, that's another one. GOP presidential rivals agreeing with each other. Take a look.
Taxes should be lower, simpler, fair, and clear.
The tax code needs to be simpler.
On tax reform, we need a simple, flat tax.
I prefer a tax code that's 3 pages long, not 70,000 pages long.
It needs to be lower and flatter. It needs to encourage growth.
I want to simplify the tax code.
All right, so they all want our massive tax code just to take a hike, as presidential hopefuls on the left are demanding, well, a different kind of hike. Take a look at this.
Those at the top have to pay their fair share.
We need a tax system which is fair and progressive, which tells the wealthiest individuals and the largest corporations that they are going to begin to start paying their fair share of taxes.
All right, now, I don't know how you feel about the fair share thing, Charles Payne, but, you know, come on. I thought when the top rate reverted back to 39.6%, elections have consequences, the president was reelected. That I expected. I didn't expect all the surcharges with Medicare and all that for the health care law that brought up to 45%. And I don't know what level is a fair share, but apparently it's not about 50%. What is it?
It's just a great card. It's the ultimate, like, you know, the left has a lot of different cards, from the race card to the gender card, but the best card is the fair tax card. I mean, when in doubt and you want some votes, pull that out. Listen, we're talking about the economy. One, if you're trying to punish people for being successful in America, you go with Bernie Sanders. If you're really trying to ignite this economy, which hasn't been ignited under Obama, you go with what everyone else is talking about. I will say I did quibble with Jeb Bush, though, in his statement about 15 million more people not paying taxes. I think that's one of the problems in this country. Not enough people have skin in the game.
Everyone should have
flat
skin.
tax for everybody. Get some skin in the game. You'll love the country more, and we'll all do better.
All I'm saying, Dagen, when I hear these ideas for raising revenue from the left, and that's fine, if they could be a tenth as creative at coming up with ways to control spending, I might give them an ear on this other stuff, but they're not.
No, they're looking for more money and they're looking for more revenue.
But we could tax Charles at 100% here, and it wouldn't pay for all this stuff.
We get one more Abrams tank, though. I think
he wouldn't be on this fine program because he'd be living somewhere else. He'd be living in the Bahamas. The issue I have with all of these tax proposals, even on the right, is that they talk about we want a flat tax, we want fewer tax brackets. Oh, but you got to keep the mortgage interest deduction, which these deductions that you get in this country and the tax breaks.
So get rid of them all.
Get rid of it. Because you know what? Here's the dirty little secret. They need to broaden the base. They need to figure out a way that you can lower taxes, make it simpler, but you've got to have enough revenue. You're not going to be able to deduct the interest on a $1 million home.
Dagen, you will admit, though, they'll never have enough revenue. I mean, particularly the Democrats. But both parties
But again,
have been,
it's like they always make the exceptions. Well, we can't get rid of the mortgage interest deduction. We can't get rid of this.
Jeb,
No, it's all or nothing.
Jeb is getting rid of it. I will just say this: Bernie Sanders.
He wants a bigger earned income tax credit.
Okay, but he gets a lot of. I've read his proposal.
I did read it. Now, what I just told you is accurate.
Are you telling me he's not getting rid of?
She didn't read it
Because she's saying he didn't get rid of them.
No. I said he's increasing the earned
this is a dismissive alert.
He's increasing that. I am, because what she's saying makes no sense.
Most of them want to keep the mortgage.
Everything she said made sense.
He wants to get rid of a ton of other deductions.
No, she's just saying get rid of all that. Simplify. You want a lower rate? Get rid of all that.
You got to have a couple left.
Oh, see.
Now let me just.
All right, Ben Stein, what do you make of that?
I think we need higher tax on very rich people and higher taxes on poor people, too. Everybody should pay at least some taxes.
What's a fair share? What is a fair share tax for you, Ben?
Oh, for me, 1%. But for you, I'd say 88%.
Touche. This is why I love him. All right, Julie, here's what I don't understand. And what is this fair share? Because I thought we were getting back to it when we returned to the top rate of 39.6. Right. We've added all this other stuff for health care. There's more coming. You're limiting the rich folks' deductions, et cetera, that effectively raises their tax rate. To you, I'm just curious.
For me personally?
Yeah, what is a fair share for the rich to pay?
I think the very, very, very rich, all of whom, or I shouldn't say all of whom, but many of whom make most of their money off capital gains, which is taxed at, I believe, 15%, while the rest of us get penalized for working our butts off and therefore have to pay somewhere around 39.6 if you're wealthy like Charles. That's not fair to people like Charles.
I'm sorry. Julie, I want to be clear on this. Whatever you're saying about the super rich and all this, should the top rate be as others have intimated to me on this fine show, not this particular fine show, I do so many. Anyway, that it should be 90%. That we should get back to what it was
Bernie
then.
Sanders? All I'm advocating are people who make $60 million a year,
Right,
most
so
of which is from
50%,
capital gains.
55%, 60%.
Keep it at 39.6, but make those people who are making billions off of
39.6 would be a cut in taxes right now.
Wait a second. Listen to me. Listen to me. Let me finish my thought. But then those people who are making $600 million a year off of capital gains and are taxed at 15%,
i.e.
they can pay what the rest of us pay to actually work, like you, Charlie Gasparino.
All right, guys, thank you very much.